Alright, so we're finally getting into this. So I'm going to be doing this at 4 speed because a lot of things can happen, and moving the army over here. I'm going to try and see if this thing fucking works as well. I mean, did I do it last time? I think I did it another time as well, but I don't know what the fuck nation I was playing. Fucking been a while. So yeah, we're going to be playing as Kolchak, at least initially. We're going to start off with the Novorossians, but there's nothing really much over here, and I wanted to do this little idea that I think I did before, and I don't know if it did. And so we got some of these events over here. Aftermath of the November strike in November, the Workers' Council in many large cities coordinated to bring our modernization of industry to a halt. The police responded too quickly, allowing many of the strike organizers to flee and force a response from the Duma. While the strikes themselves said they never truly ended, as workers and police cursed each other in the streets, the Supreme Leader demands an answer to this tension. Yep. The Eternal Regent, basically. Or at least, he can be the Eternal Regent. Unlike somebody from a TNO, y'all know. I'll go with that for now. And we can dismiss that guy. I forgot. Oops. So yeah, as you can tell by the title, we're gonna be going over here with Nova Russia, but as I said before, we're gonna be messing around with the Russian Empire, at least for a little bit. Don't know exactly who else is gonna get involved in this. I think I know. I don't know who else could get involved in this. I never really bothered much with Civil War part in Russia. I kind of like wing it. So I usually do. Sorry. Yeah, she's pretty damn good. Your boy over there. Poor infrastructure over there. Get some of that. They might as well at least have something. And it works. You see, November strikes, the disastrous strikes that were called by the Workers' Council last November. There's been an uneasy tension between our legitimate government and the downtrodden workers. The strikes were, of course, broken by a brave police force, and many of the ringleaders arrested for illegal striking, but the Supreme Leader has taken personal interest in this affair, declaring that the schism between the government and workers must be mended by any means necessary. Two proposals to be put forward by Kolchak's council, one of which suggests we complete the crackdowns we should have done in November with arresting more of the organized workers. But others suggest releasing the less volatile leaders and allowing the Workers' Council to reform, albeit under state supervision. We got harsh repression or reconcile with the workers. Let's have some councils. Rather go for a big old crackdown. At least for now. Whatever General Nichvoladiv's credentials, his overt anti-Semitism in collaboration with the more extremist faction of the Black Hundreds is unacceptable to state army officer. Supreme Leader Kolchak has demanded his resignation despite the protest from the army, who sees Nichvolodiv as one as their own. Yeah, it wasn't really much. Little beep. So yeah, Russia starts off with some pretty bad modifiers. I think these come back as an overarching general government, but just in case I'll read them. Victory in Nivolinkovoye. Russia achieved great victories in the Great War, the capture of the Przemysl, the success of General Brusilov, and the defeat of Germans in Prussia. This greatness was tarnished by the bloody cost of more than 5 years fighting in civil war, but Russia is still standing and is proud of its achievement. About the industry, for fear of Republican influence, foreign inflation, and trade news agitation, industry leaders are to close the guidance of the Duma, which senior economic leaders under the scrutiny of the monarchist officers. In a stable political system, everything costs more, less political power, and less stability. Pretty damn bad. I'll do this on myself. So with him gone, let's anti-social this campaign. With OSVAG, the Army's own information bureau, Department of Propaganda, and by raising some agreements with the uncooperative Army directors, we shall run an anti-socialist campaign glorifying Kolchak as a defender of Russia in the face of the Red Menace. Over here in Germany, since the Soviet Union doesn't exist technically, that's Zelorussia under Leon Trotsky comes. Pretty sure that's when it comes back. So yeah, great to be doing this shit again. Let's get into some more of the whole recording process and all that. Been a while since I've done this. No. Not really, but a lot of shit's been happening that I haven't been able to record as much as usual. But we should be making getting back to how it was before. Aristocrats take Madagascar. The dog wishes that desperately clings to power. So they became the Regency Council, which I think is going to spawn a civil war. Yeah. The two of the more impactful paths for Madagascar would be either a revolution or an accelerationist coup march. Because they can join the League Solar, I think. I think one of these focuses on joining League Solar, and one of these focuses allow them to join the International. It's not really a big focus here, but it is like there was some replayability, you know. I don't know what path they got down yet. Is interesting to see. It's gonna go down here soon. Also, the capital is in Petrograd, not in Moscow, because that was, I think, Lenin's decision to move the capital to Moscow. Because I think Finland wasn't a puppet around this time. Actually, Finland was completely independent in real life around this time. We got that. I can't do this until this shit happens. Let's subsidize Black 100 parties. Also, Black 100s have some unsavory radical faction. They are the least nationalists known, though, and it's nationalists through and through. The reality is that the government cannot stand alone in the face of rising Republican and socialist popularity. By subsidizing the campaigns of the Black 100s through fake organization, we can improve their performance in the election while keeping our own hands clean. Yeah, I see how it's doing. Yep, the rebellion happened. Between two agencies. Actually, not between the two, the three. Damn me. Yeah, that's done. Making some gains over here. Probably not gonna change much until that war happens. Others investigate Republican connections. Nah, it's not. The Republicans are opportunistic state, this is certain, yet many whisper in Kolchak's ear they are little more than socialists with a lick of paint. Pragmatic as ever, the Supreme Leaders decided to launch an investigation into any connection between the Republican Party and the treacherous socialist strikers. All sorts of crackdowns be happening, even though we kind of this workers' council, but more or less to give them proper guidance, really. At least from what I've seen. I mean, in Tamalium, that's gonna be fucking interesting to fight. I think I'll know how to crack down into Mariam. Probably take all of this. Just putting all of this. Pop up Poland, and then yeah, we'll pop up Poland. Take all this. Turn this war. Pop it most territories really. Well, at least not like one of the I one really. It'd be like a pretty thick Russia. From here to there, I mean, if you can take over Russia's Belarus in like the fucking the boy Boris. Yeah. Then now you could probably it's probably understandable to annex these territories rather than popping them. The acceleration is hard power. Yeah, maybe I should do a playthrough of Ukraine one day, because there are a lot of factions in this. Like, goddamn, I think it is possible to go down every path as Ukraine. They're like one of the few that they're like the only one or one of the few that can. That's a legal national state. Oh yeah, this guy's over there. Republican investigation. Despite a thorough investigation by the experienced secret police, there was little substance connecting the Republican elements of the various parties. With the more socialist strikers, the few connections were a little more than individual liberal politicians speaking out against police brutality or declaring that dialogue must be formed with the strikers. More certainly treasonous and anti-Russian behavior, punching down won't totally end the Republican movement. So, I'll just lock some up. So, last session of the not government from numbers. The last session of that number State Duma. While the strike settled and the future elections set up, continue the Supreme Leader's grand tutelage. There was little for the Duma to do, save to act as though they have any power past to delay the naval budget. So they may begin to project their power in meditating as we should have decades ago. Yeah, I'll be able to get to here before the Civil War, and I know exactly why. That's gonna be a little bit of a spoiler. Austrian Revolt. Well, they never win that. Accelerationist or despotist. Reign supreme. That path at least. France going down to Escadron. Yeah. To hear that glorious super event again. It's pretty damn nice if I do say so myself. That's the colonial states collapsing into industry. Function 1 for me, some concentrated industries. see here. Looks like the Revolution will win. That one's like a 50-50 on that one, really. Yeah, let's do some of this. I gotta be careful for this until post-Civil War. Korea's doing the thing. They're the big commune, the Korean People's Republic. Go down. I might do a playthrough on Juche, Korea. As you can see. Yep. These guys can become puppets. I think. If Imperial Japan survives, or you should stand alone. And then you got the Kingdom of Korea. Okay, the Korean Republic website. Available elections are not available gun. He can actually become this guy over here. I think he was actually the leader of the Korean South Korea in our timeline. So he come to power like 20 issues earlier. Yeah, probably will do a playthrough on one of the Koreas someday. Yeah. I really would like to do a United Province playthrough. Just so, because it's actually a very, very good fucking story for the United Provinces. Yeah, I think it's a pretty damn good story. Whole thing. And it'd be pretty I think it'd be pretty fun to go through this whole tree. And then, oh yeah, they got that little basic tree, as traders deserve. And then over here, they can either choose not to, and essentially become puppets. You either become friendly with the Russian Empire, or they can go through with it and a reactionary despotist. Oh, an acceleration is coming to power. It is pretty interesting, considering that there's also a communist path for them as well. That whole fucking thing. It was pretty damn interesting idea like this. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that stuff for quite a while. And it is naval exercise in the Mediterranean. With the new naval budget, we can afford to test our ships in the warm waters of the Mediterranean. For no longer can the bridge of toys block our mighty navy from sailing beyond the streets. This triumph of the Russian Navy and nation, we all see that supreme leader Kolchak's tutelage, which has led lesser to a modern era, and with him that we shall ascend beyond the mere regional power. Give me a moment. Alright, I'm back. I had to take a quick restroom break. So we're getting them naval exercises in the Mediterranean. Because we get that Crimea. Since the street commissions are here and we're guaranteeing them, with the UK. We could basically do a little bit of power production over here without having to worry about Turkey or anyone else getting involved, really. And everything's still a little bit slow over here because it's gonna be happening in a rather quick succession. Not too quick, but I don't want to miss out on anything because being on speed. Alright. Yeah, this is gonna be quite the playthrough. This might be the might take a quick break from Russia for a little bit. Sure, for a while at least, till decide to do like, you know, Scythia or Siberia, maybe Imperial Authority, other place in Zeltarosia. I think 3 years from now is enough. Sorry about that. Now let's have a summer vacation. With the most pressing affairs settled, there is little for our hard-working year to do beyond wait for the fruits of his labor to grow. As such, it is only right to Supreme Leader take a relaxing vacation to his favorite reason of also, along with a cadre of lower bodyguards, of course. It is June, so we're gonna be having a vacation up in July. Makes sense, really. Yeah, Italy has all them territories over here. I wonder what Sweden Norway have. Because of their puppets of they had Denmark and Norwegian military government as their puppets, and they got the Northern Atlantic People's Council. Yeah, that would be pretty interesting to see. I got Finland over here, so see what the rest of Scandinavia has to offer one day. Let's see here. Yeah, that's another revolution is gonna win that. The Korean Republic is probably gonna win that as well. So, don't know what Patetsu is gonna get in there. Last time they were accelerationist. Which, I didn't even know you could go accelerationist with Mentetsu. And the more you know. The more you know. See, you're not doing too bad there. And just want to see if that idea will work again. I don't know what fucking nation I did that with as well. Fucking. It'll come back to me later. Anyways, I think the biggest threat post-war would probably be Ukraine, because they can go after Ukrainian territory. Belarus, Piano goes down there, you go on the territory. Poland as well. There's Russia. There are lots of potential enemies for us. Anyways, let's take a dream. With Kolchak relaxing yachts at the Navy were playing excellent maneuvers in the Mediterranean, seeing that the future Russia is bright like never before. The Italians are in an economic crisis, the French are frothing madmen, and the British seem amicable. There will be little to stop our proud nation from resuming hegemony over the Balkans as we should have after the Great War. Previous efforts should make the Duma a mere formality to secure a cooperative coalition of Black 100 and local nationalists within the Duma. Should anything unexpected occur, we have the army and navy to rely on, so a cross revolution like that in 1922 will never occur again. Oh, how naive. Planning for a vacation. Finally, I have finished most of my business at hand and I plan to enjoy a vacation. I shall go to one of my properties right away from Petrograd. To relax myself from the cutthroat politics and gloomy weather here. There are several relaxing places I like to visit on my vacation. All of them are different compared to Petrograd, but a somewhat closer destination might mean a safer journey, perhaps. I'll go to Yata. Enjoy the sunshine. Indeed. Minsk. Archangel. Smolensk. Kazan. Samara. Rodina. Lista. Astrakhan. Lots of places. Lots of places. Tsaritsyn. Since our Tsar never came into power, it's just Tsaritsyn, like in like honor of the Tsar, I think. Before he got executed. Or assassinated, perhaps. Like a Terenberg all the way over here. You got this Invincible Territories. Here's the big one, the big boy event. A faithful day in Yalta. This vacation was everything Kolchak needed, and it didn't aggravate him. He was fishing along the Black Sea, relaxing, and nearly falling asleep to the sound of waves crashing on the rocks. Then the flash squad of loyal army officers grabbed him and rushed him into the car. They explained they believed that Drozdevsky was attempting to assassinate him and that they had proof. The anti-Kolchak agents, guys and anarchists, had already raided his vacation home and attempted to find him. Kolchak sighed, realizing that his short-lived vacation was now over. As they drove to the streets of Yalta, desperately trying to arrange for the evacuation point at the airport, the driver realized they were being followed. As if on cue, shots rang on the following car. The driver put the pedal to the floor and began to swerve. All his officers in the back ordered Kolchak to get down as they swung out pistols at them and fired back. And friendly police cars started to attempt to intercept the assaulters' vehicles. Drozdovsky's assassins swerved off, and the moment it looked like they were gone. There at the airport, Kolchak and his men ran to the airplane parked in the tarmac. Out of nowhere, the car from one burst through the gate, and the driver pulled quickly out his gun and opened fire on Kolchak as the bullets sailed towards him. One thought crossed Kolchak's mind. Good night, Rodina. The heavens have called me to sleep. And I have Ivan Romanovsky. He was a friend of Kolchak. Although his compatriots are eager to remind us who Tepla, he seems to be enjoying his 15 years of fame. Romanovsky has told the idea of taking Russia permanently. Deep down he knows that what he likes, what it takes to Russia. It was nice while it lasted though. The death of Alexander Kolchak. The headquarters must now that Alexander Kolchak, the supreme leader of all Russia, is dead. Mikhail Drozdevsky declared over radio. This was shocking. Wasn't he just on vacation? Yesterday at 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, Kolchak and his men were attacked at the airport in Yalta by anarchists loyal to those bastards in Germany, and they were all killed in the ensuing firefight. In this place I shall take over. This was believed by some, but Challenger was already coming out of the woodwork. Ivan Romanovsky, a fellow general, declared that he had evidence that the anarchists were in fact agents of Drozdovsky, and that the people in Russia needed to ally against him and his regime. The military split right down the middle on who support the Navy. Has always been pro-Kolchak stronghold, as he had been a naval officer and interested heavily in upgrading the Navy. The Army, on the other hand, strongly favored Drozdovsky, and agents believed that sucking up to him now would be better than spreading in the long run. These divisions are going to be influenced by politics for you to come and see. I thought the Japanese are ahead when it comes to sectarian military conflicts. So yeah, they're gonna get this territory up to Moscow, and they're gonna give him with puppet status. The Summer War coup. Any aftermath of the attack of the Supreme Leader Kolchak has left the political climate unbelievably tense. Armed groups have formed, blockading their loyalty to the Kolchak government and Rodevsky, and they already scratched forward. And they already clashed before whatever happens to get upset them. Whatever happens to get them upset, sorry. Whatever. They gone violent. A Kolchak is clique in Moscow gone too far with the pro-Rodovsky's group, ending with Rodovsky storming government buildings and proclaiming the current government illegitimate. Mikhail joined these men, blockading himself to leave them to Russia, and then organized his army in order to defend the new regime. Kolchak supports on NFL the Kazan, where they established a new government in order to hold their ground and ready to take down the traitor. Now the people must choose between the admiral and general. The fate of Russia is in the hands. Down with Kolchak's clique, Laden live Rodovsky. Indeed. So, with that, the Summer Cool War has started. So I'm gonna be rearranging my armies when we get back to it, get this show on the road. Anyways, I'm the Meadows, and I'll see y'all then.